Now, would you actually believe that this is a 4K camera? This little thing is actually a 4K camera. It can record 4K video up to 30 frames per second, and it literally fits in the palm of your hand. So this is the Insta360 GO 3S, which is the follow-up to the very popular Insta360 GO 3. And I've partnered with Insta360 to show you this camera. And the major upgrade is obviously going to be the 4K factor of that. The Insta360 GO 3S could only record up to 2.7K. Still a very solid camera that you can actually buy, but this 4K is definitely what I'm liking the best. But you still do get one of the main things that made the GO 3 very popular, and that is this action pod, which basically you just put the camera in like so, and now you have a traditional action camera. But wait, there is more. So you also do get a flip up display. So you basically can just pop it up like that. And now this makes it instantly good for taking selfies. Or for me, when I mounted this on my e-bike, I was able to get it into the position that I wanted to, flip up the display and make sure that I have the right camera angle that I want. Now you can still pair this camera to the Insta360 app onto your smartphone, and you can get a live preview that way as well. And of course you can control the settings and import files from the camera onto your phone and be able to edit them that way. But this is just super clutch just to be able to frame up your shot instantly without having to have your phone out. But I also found this useful when I mounted this camera on top of my car using a suction mount, and then I put the camera in one of these action mounts that Insta360 also does sell. I can't remember if it comes with it, but either way, I'll put all the links down below to all of these accessories that I'm talking about. But yeah, I mounted it to that suction mount, and then when I was inside of my car, before I started driving, I was actually able to make sure, again, I had it framed up exactly how I wanted to. And then boom, I'm just driving around St. Louis getting some really good, nice, crispy 4K 30 video from this tiny camera. And I even mounted it next to one of my tires to get a very low angle shot. Now, off the top of my head, I can't remember all of the little accessories and things that you get with this out of the box. So I'm showing you this video right now of me unboxing this camera for the first time. But I do remember that you do get this clip mount that basically can attach to your collar, or I actually attach it to my hat to be able to get some very nice POV shots where I'm hands-free and you can see my hands moving or touching the side of the St. Louis Arch like I'm doing right now, and just doing different things. You're able to get this first-person view really simply with this mount. Now, there is another way you can get this first-person view even easier, and that's just by doing this. So no, I'm not Tony Stark. I don't have something in my chest, but I'm actually wearing the included magnet pendant that comes with this camera. So this just fits around your neck, and it actually has two different orientations. So you can put it in vertical mode, which will give you that 9:16 social media vertical video, but then also you can put it in landscape mode, and that will give you that 16:9. Now, to choose which orientation that you want this to record in, it's as simple as just keeping it upright if you want that vertical video, or just rotating it to the left or to the right to be able to get that landscape video. And then you make sure you do that before you hit the record button, and it will record in that format. And I really like the fact that when you're done using it, you can just wrap up the cord along the side of this, and then it will go down very small and just be able to fit into your pocket or your bag. But yeah, this thing is clutch. So I can just put this on before I leave and just leave it on all day. And anytime I want to get that first person view, I can just take the camera out, attach it on there, and I'll just have a way to capture moments and capture things without having anything in my hand. Now, one of the issues that I run into a lot as a content creator is choosing whether or not I'm going to capture something in either portrait mode or landscape mode. And so I either have to choose whether I just do one or the other, or just do both, but that can take up some more time. But with this camera, you have an option to use Insta360's FreeFrame mode. So this gives you the option to just record one single video that you can later reframe to either be vertical or horizontal or portrait or landscape. So that's really nice because you don't have to think about it, right? You can just hit that record button, and then when you get back home or when you sync it with your phone, you can now just choose which one that you want. And it also gives you a preview on the screen of the action pod to be able to let you know exactly where the portrait and the landscape mode formats are going to actually line up when you are recording. And I just noticed that I'm very ashy. I'm sorry, it's getting cold out here in Chile. I've been out all day, so excuse my ashiness. I don't have any lotion with me. But yeah, anyway, you can also take photos with this camera too. So you have the option to just take regular photos, or you can actually take HDR photos. If you have decent amount of sunlight, that works very well. And the photos are actually pretty decent for a camera of this size. You're not going to be putting these up on billboards or anything, but for just spur of the moment photos, it actually does perform well. And you can also use the button that's on the front of this camera to be able to snap that photo just by pressing in. And then also you can use this to, of course, record video as well. So yeah, you can stop and start recording on the camera. And of course, you can do it with the action pod, and also you can do it with your phone at the same time. You have so many options with this thing. That is the best part why I like this, because Insta360 does sell other action cameras that can do 8K and just overall better quality, but they can't break down in this small form factor, but then go into the regular action pod mode when you want that traditional action camera. Now, I also like like using this when I'm just hanging out with my friends. So I was playing pickleball not too long ago, and because the camera actually has like magnets in the back of it already, I was able just to attach this onto the pole of the net on the court and then be able to get some cool shots. Then I also used the pendant around my neck to be able to show me playing some Connect 4 with one of my friends, JoJo here. So yeah, it's very flexible just for capturing those moments with your friends or family members, and just having some fun with this thing when you're out and about. So this does have Insta360's flow state stabilization, and you have different levels of stabilization that you can choose from depending on what you're doing. So if you're just walking around or sitting down, you can use one of the lowest stabilizations. But if you are like riding a bike or riding a motorcycle, just doing something where things are going to get bumpy, you have higher states of stabilization to choose from. And don't be shy about getting this camera wet, because it is waterproof up to 33 feet, and the action pod is actually splash proof because it is rated IPX4. So you don't want to dump this in the pool. And I haven't been able to take this to the beach or anything just yet, but I'm actually going to show you some footage from the very first Insta360 GO camera, but you had water resistance with that camera too. And I'm just showing you some of the different types of shots that you can get with this camera if you are on vacation in a pool or just on the beach somewhere. And this is actually a lens cover, and this is standard, so it comes in the box, and this just protects the main lens of the camera, because this is an action camera, and just in case you drop it or do anything, you will be able to just replace that lens cover without having to buy a whole new camera or send the camera in for repair. All right, so what else? So this does work with Apple Find My, so you can set it up so if you lose it, you can easily open that up and find it. And then also this does have like some AI video editing capabilities with the app itself, so it can make it very easy for it to be able to analyze your clips and give you some nice highlights of your video without you having to do a lot of work. But of course, you can still do some manual editing and stuff like that if you want. Now, this camera does come in two different colors, so you can get white and also the black color that I have here. And I like the black because it just blends in well. And then also the fact that you can turn off the indicator light and also turn off the beeping sounds. This is something that you can use in a museum or another quiet environment, but you can also get creative if you want something that does stand out. They do sell some different skins on their website, so you can kind of jazz up this camera if you do want to go that route. All right, so let's talk pricing. So the normal price for this is $399, which is very competitive in this space, especially with the kind of features that this camera does have. But at the time of this video, there is a Black Friday sale, and it goes up until, I believe, December 5th. And the price for this Black Friday sale right now is $359. But I do have an affiliate link down below, and so the first 5 people who use that will get the 10% off, but also a free carrying case as well. So if you are getting this, make sure you act quickly. But Insta360 also has sales for like their X4, which is their 360 camera, and also their Ace Pro, which is another action camera, but that has the 8K capabilities and stuff like that. But I'll leave links for all of this stuff down in the description of this video. But yeah, seriously, I take this camera everywhere, because why not, right? Because it's so flexible, and as a content creator, it just fits in to so many things I can do. But yeah, anyway, I'm done talking about this. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this Insta360 GO 3S. And like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.